night means for the Timberwolves and certainly what it means for Golden State. I saw a preponderance of reaction on social media.
Enough for you to text me about it.
Enough for me to text you about it. There were people, and I don't want to say this was like a large, the fact that there's any people that do this bothers me. So this isn't a huge chunk of people. It wasn't like a talking point on First Take or anything crazy like that. We need to stop policing how fans celebrate. Or, excuse me, when fans celebrate.
What do you mean? It's got to be when so-and-so is healthy, the whole team is healthy, everyone's got to be at their A game, and that's how.
It's outrageous, dude.
Yeah, it's an ongoing, I think.
Why are Timberwolves fans celebrating? Steph didn't even play.
We were texting about it yesterday. I think it's a social media thing that's kind of made fandom for the worst.
I agree with you.
It's like no, every playoff, whatever you want, postseason, someone is hurt. Every team has someone hurt. Yes. Every team that wins the championship has some type of luck that goes their way.
Yes.
And if you want to talk about it, that's fine. But also the sky is blue this morning as well. It doesn't matter.
Here's where the Steph Curry injury fits into the analysis of the Minnesota Timberwolves going to the conference finals. If you don't believe, if you say, hey, you know what? Minnesota isn't as dominant as they were in that series because Steph didn't play, that gives me pause when picking them against either Oklahoma City or Denver in the conference finals.
Yeah.
I don't really fully buy into the Timberwolves just yet because I don't know how much I learned about them in that series. Okay, I don't mind that. But Timberwolves fan being fired up that they went to the conference finals, bro, if the Kings played G League teams and made it to the conference finals, we would be celebrating on this radio station.
I have celebrated Summer League. I will celebrate anything.
Yes.
Yeah, come on.
You went to
everything.
Come on.
Yes. I follow somebody who used to work for the Timberwolves, who's a big Timberwolves fan.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, it sucks that Steph was hurt, but the Timberwolves have been this far in the playoffs in my 3 times in my 36 years of life.
Yeah.
It's yeah, man, party on.
Yeah, if you're a Timberwolves fan, not in a, who cares about Steph? Who cares that Steph was hurt? The Timberwolves fans don't get breaks. You finally got one, and now you're in the Western Conference Finals. Not even to say that if Steph was healthy, that the Warriors beat them, because I don't even believe that. But whatever, dude. That's not the point.
13 points in 13 minutes and
yeah.
Anyways, no.
Yeah, but the whole point is the break went your way. Don't apologize for
That's it. Yes, the break went your way.
Mm-hmm.
And they frankly, the story to me with Minnesota, Julius Randle was freaking outstanding.
Yep.
The Warriors defense was still good. Steph Curry being out probably hurt them defensively just in terms of it makes life a little bit easier on offense when you're up 10, 12, 14 points because the other offense can't score. So I don't think that helped it. But defensively, it's not like Steph's some juggernaut defender where all of a sudden it's like, wow, the Warriors defense broke down. The Warriors defense is still really good. And Julius Randle dominated, and Anthony Edwards took over at every big spot he needed to take over.
Yeah, question for the Warriors fans going at Timberwolves fans. Did you apologize for beating Matthew Dellavedova in the finals?
That's it.
No, that's all.
Right. Yeah. It's just if you're a Golden State fan and you're looking for cope and you want to go, man, you know what? I think we get that team with Steph. See you next year. Okay. That's fine. But what's a Timberwolves fan supposed to do? Hey, we're going to the conference finals. Didn't really deserve it though.
Yeah, no, that's not happening. That's so sad.
Stupid.
Yeah.
That's so dumb. That's so dumb.
It's when your team loses, being cordial doesn't make you feel better. I guess you have to attack other people.
I hate the
right?
whole. Yeah.
Dude, it's salute. The Timberwolves were awesome.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. I completely agree.
Timberwolves played really well.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
2 rules as a fan is you root for your team and talk trash if you want. All you can do is talk as a fan and root for your team. That's it.
Yeah. Just while and look, this happened with the Pacers last year, by the way. Remember the Pacers fake run to the conference finals?
Yeah.
And now they're back in the conference finals.
Yeah. Who knew?
Come on. Let's just no, it's interesting you say that though, and this gets us into I guess what's next for Golden State, because Steph Curry being out is obviously a massive, massive loss.
Yep.
Steph Curry is one of the singular, most impactful offensive forces in the sport right now. And not having him is going to adversely impact a team. And like I said, on both ends, either directly or indirectly. What Minnesota did against Golden State, though, was expose the major flaw with Golden State.
And that is?
They are built around Steph Curry.
And only.
Everything that they are doing revolves around Steph Curry being on the floor and impacting defenses the way he impacts defenses. Got guys panicking on pick and rolls. They're not sure how they want to play this pick and roll. Oh my God, there's an offensive rebound. Now it's a scramble. Now there's an open three. And it just, it impacts the opponent in such a massive way. They don't have another pitch. And that's what got exposed in that series against Minnesota. You watched the Celtics last night, and again, this isn't to say that Golden State should be as good as the Celtics. Celtics roster is one of the best in the NBA. But the Celtics lose Jason Tatum and come out and win by 22 at home in Game 5. Won by 22 points.
Yep.
Without Jason Tatum, their best player.
They were able to do that because Jaylen Brown slips into Jason Tatum's role, and Derek White's able to be the number 2.
Right.
I mean, Derek White went for 30 or whatever, but you get the point.
They have the depth to withstand that loss. Golden State does not have that same depth. They don't even have a little bit of that. Steph Curry goes out. Moses Moody unplayable. Quentin Post unplayable.
And I don't think
and all of a sudden they can't shoot.
I don't think Jimmy Butler at this age is ready to take on that role either when Steph is out.
No.
Without any help, if that's going to be it.
If they had if Quentin Post had been able to play, if Moses Moody had been able to play in this series, credibly play. When Jimmy Butler gets into the paint and passes it out to a shooter, that's going to work.
Yep.
When you pass it out to a player who's going to head fake and then put the ball on the deck and recycle the drive and kick, you're going to run into an issue. And that was their issue. They just didn't have enough. It's why I thought even after the Jimmy Butler trade, okay, Golden State's a lot better, but they're not hanging with the best teams. They're not hanging with Oklahoma City in a 7-game series.
Well, there's just no room for error too, and we just saw that.
Yeah. It's not just that Steph went out and like, oh man, they just lost these games. They got smoked in Game 2. They lost Game 3 where they played really well and they just didn't have it. Minnesota just pulled away.
Yeah.
That's what happened in all these games. Every time Golden State was like, oh, even last night, like they cut it to 9, 2 possessions back to 14.
Is it wrong to say too in this series that Minnesota necessarily didn't even have to have their best foot forward the entire time? It feels like we didn't see like Minnesota, like their best basketball, I guess.
No,
and they didn't need it against the Warriors.
I don't remember a single thing Naz Reid did in that series.
Yeah, like they just didn't need it against the Warriors without Steph.
Yeah, Naz Reid was a non-factor. Dante DiVincenzo struggled to shoot it. Mike Conley and granted DiVincenzo and Conley both hit big shots last night, but they struggled to shoot it the entire game or entire series. Like you said, Minnesota wasn't great from a top to bottom perspective. They were more talented.
Yep.
Their depth pieces when Anthony Edwards or Julius Randle wasn't hitting shots. Oh, there's one from Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Oh, there's one from Dante DiVincenzo. Oh, Jaden McDaniels gets to the rim and scores. Like the talent disparity. And I don't want to undersell Steph Curry's value, but the talent disparity when you remove him is just so vast. And that's a team building problem for Golden State. They didn't have enough players who were ready to play in a big series without Steph Curry.
You take Steph off this team for 82 games and they're a play-in team, maybe.
No, they're a lottery team.
Well, lottery. Well, because it's like watching the series, like Kuminga, I don't even know what to make of that. I don't know what you make of that. Draymond Green is a Hall of Famer, but it's just not. He's not a third man on any team right now at this point, or anyone that can fill into a role with Steph Curry out. And just the rest of the guys, they're just guys.
That's it. They have a bunch of dudes who just couldn't stay on the court. And when you're lacking shooting, and hey, Quentin Post, he can shoot it. Oh, no, but hey, he can't hang in this series. Okay. Oh, Moses Moody, he can shoot it. Oh, he can't hit the broadside of a barn, and he's getting cooked defensively. All right, he's going to go. And now you're relying on Jonathan Kuminga, who, like you said,
out of your rotation 2 days ago,
is an enigma. I have no idea what to make of Jonathan Kuminga. Really talented scorer, but is he a talented scorer like he's transcendent? Or is he a talented scorer in the way that, you know what, hey, there's a lot of guys that when given the opportunity to just put the ball on the deck and go score, they can go score.
Yep.
I have no idea. But I certainly know what Steve Kerr thinks about him. Not a fan.
Not a fan at all.
Might have watched Jonathan Kuminga's final game in a Warriors jersey.